I'm sorry, sweetheart. Things aren't right this time. The party's canceled. That was Dad's voice, calm, quiet, almost ashamed. It was the morning of my birthday. I was supposed to bring the cake. I had even made a playlist. But instead, I sat there staring at the phone, blinking at the silence that followed. Okay, I whispered and hung up. 2 hours later, as I was placing the uneaten cake back in the fridge, my phone buzzed again, his name flashing across the screen. He'd but dialed me. I almost didn't answer, but I did. I pressed it to my ear and heard everything. Laughter. Plates clinking. My sister's voice shouting something about wine. My brother's booming laugh echoing off what sounded like a full dining room. And Mom's voice, loud, clear, leading everyone in grace. Thank you, Lord, for bringing our family together. I stood in my kitchen, frozen. The fridge door still open. Cake still in my hands. No one had said my name, not even once. I hung up, not in anger, not in shock, just still. And that was the last moment I ever allowed them access to me. Because love isn't a door you're allowed to close on someone and still expect them to knock. The next morning, my front door was quiet. No texts. No, sorry, we meant to invite you. No knock. No explanation. It wasn't a mistake. I wasn't forgotten. I was excluded. And the worst part? I wasn't even surprised. Just exhausted. This wasn't the first time. They'd stopped inviting me to Thanksgiving 3 years ago, said they thought I moved too far after I took a job in Seattle. When I flew down on Christmas, they left me off the dinner seating chart. I ate in the kitchen with my nephew while my sister's dog had a place card at the main table. I used to laugh those things off, make excuses for them. They're just forgetful. It's not personal. But it always was. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. I wasn't one of them. I worked in corporate branding, which my dad once called fake business. My mom thought I was too sensitive. My siblings never learned how to ask about my life without making it a joke. So they laughed without me, and I let them. Until that betrayal, that perfect, accidental truth, gave me something no family gathering ever had. Clarity. And clarity is a hard thing to forget, especially when silence tastes better than pretending. A week later, I mailed a package to their front porch. No note, no card, just a silver photo frame. Inside, my daughter's face at her party, wearing the dress my mom once said made her look cheap. Eyes shining, jaw clenched, smiling because I begged her to smile, even when she kept glancing at the door like someone was still coming. They never were. She'd asked me 12 times that week, "Is Grandma coming?" I said yes. I lied. I thought they'd show. I thought maybe this time they'd surprise her. Instead, they posted Instagram stories from a country club luncheon, smiling with wine glasses. Captioned, "True family is chosen yellow heart." I screenshotted that too, printed it, slid it behind the party photo. In the frame, the image of their real family, stacked behind the face of the little girl they ghosted. And below it, I carved one sentence into the base of the frame. "Last time you break her heart." That was my closure. Or so I thought. Because when Christmas came around and the doorbell rang, I opened it to see them, standing awkwardly in the cold, smiling too hard, holding presents, as if nothing had happened. They didn't know. I had already prepared something for them. And this time, no one would forget it. I let them in. My daughter stood by the stairs, quiet. She didn't run into their arms. She just watched. My mother looked around, smiled too wide. "Oh, you still decorate with silver and navy. How consistent." My father chuckled, shaking snow off his jacket. "We figured we'd surprise you this year." I nodded. "You did." In the living room, a fire flickered. Stockings hung, 2 of them. One for me, one for my daughter. None for anyone else. They noticed. "Oh," Mom muttered. I handed them warm cider, let them settle, waited. Then I pulled out the envelopes. One for each of them. My siblings. My parents. Inside. Invoices. I itemized every holiday I spent alone. Every birthday missed. Every gift I bought when they sent "sorry we forgot" texts. Emotional labor? $0. But travel costs, party expenses, makeup sessions with my daughter's therapist? All there. Neatly formatted. Bound in ribbon. Dad's voice cracked. "What is this?" I sipped my cider. The cost of pretending. Mom tried to laugh it off, but no one followed. Because it wasn't a joke anymore. They'd shown up for the performance. But this year, I'd taken the script and burned it. They came back the next morning. Mom held a bag of unopened gifts. Dad brought a fruitcake. I met them at the door. My daughter was in the living room, watching a holiday cartoon. She didn't even glance up. "Sweetheart," Mom said, holding out the bag. "We got her presents." I didn't take them. "I'm glad you're here," I said calmly. "You can pick up the rest of your things." Their smiles collapsed. "What?" My father blinked. I walked them to the hallway closet. Coats. Boxes. Keepsakes. Everything they'd left behind over the years. I opened the door, handed them a list. Inventory. Bagged. Labeled. Dad raised his voice. "You're overreacting." "No," I said, looking him in the eye. "I'm reacting exactly right." He looked around the room. Photos of my daughter. No pictures of them. No trace. "You do this to your own parents?" Mom whispered. I stepped back. "You already did it to me." They left, but not before Mom muttered, "This is just sad." I didn't answer. Later that night, I lit a candle in the window. Not for them. For me. For the peace I didn't know I needed. For a new tradition. Truth, not obligation. I expected silence from them after that. Maybe even distance. But narcissists don't respect distance. The very next week, my brother texted me. "Mom's been crying all day. She says you banned them from seeing their granddaughter. You're cruel." I didn't reply. Then came the emails, the calls, the guilt tripping, then the ultimatum. "If you don't let us see her on New Year's, we'll pursue grandparents' rights." I read that message while brushing my daughter's hair. She looked up at me through the mirror and asked, "Do I have to see Grandma and Grandpa again?" I paused. "Why do you ask?" She shrugged. "They don't like me much." That sentence destroyed me more than anything. I bent down, held her face. "You don't have to see anyone who makes you feel unloved. Ever." That night, I met with a lawyer. And for the first time, I shared the entire story, from the neglect to the favoritism, the accidental exclusions, the cold shoulders, the fake apologies. She said I had every right to establish a formal no-contact order for both of us. It felt brutal, but necessary. Because protecting your peace sometimes means becoming the villain in someone else's story, the same one who never saw you as a hero anyway. The news must have reached them. Because the next day, I opened my door to find a basket of apology cookies. No note, just a card that said, "Let's talk." For her sake. I left it on the porch. A few days later, my daughter received a gift box in the mail. No return address. Inside was a doll she'd asked for 2 years ago. With it, a card in my mother's handwriting. "We miss you. Tell Mommy to stop being so angry." I sat on the floor, staring at the message, my chest heavy with fury and disbelief. Weaponizing my daughter, again. I packed the doll back up, took my daughter for ice cream, and watched her smile return under a winter sky. That night, I wrote a final email. Calm. Clear. No room for misunderstanding. I am done explaining my boundaries. You can't guilt your way back into her life or mine. I hope you reflect on what you've done, but we won't be waiting around for it. I blocked every number, every email, changed our address. Even the school knew. My daughter asked, "Will they come again?" I hugged her tight. "No, baby, they won't." And I meant it, because sometimes silence is safer than forgiveness. 2 years passed. My daughter bloomed. No more nervous glances when the phone rang. No more waiting at birthday parties for people who'd never show. Her laugh? Unstoppable. I kept every promise I made her. Every recital, every science fair, every lazy Saturday morning. We built a world they could never touch again. Then one day, At the grocery store, I saw my mother in line ahead of us. Older, slower, holding a basket of bread and milk.
She saw me.
Then my daughter. She opened her mouth. I didn't blink. I placed my hand gently on my daughter's shoulder, turned around, and walked us right back out the sliding doors. No words. No drama. No second chances. Later that night, I tucked my daughter in and asked, "What do you want for your birthday this year?" She smiled. A road trip. Just us. No phones. Just music and snacks. Anywhere special? Nope. Just somewhere we've never been. I kissed her forehead and whispered, "We're already there." Because freedom doesn't always look like fireworks. Sometimes it's quiet. It's a little girl who knows she's loved. It's a mother who never begs to be seen again. It's a door closed and finally left that way.